This month I've spent quite a few evenings in the shack monitoring the shortwave bands for the seemingly endless occurrences of interesting signals emanating from the Russian Federation. There's been jamming, music, propaganda and all sorts of unusual signals out there lately, so let me give you a rundown of October's shortwave oddities. The buzzer, which I won't go into in any great detail because there's a whole load of videos in the description, has been the victim of trolling again. The evening of October the 10th saw the buzzer on 4625 kHz being trolled by a warbling digital type noise. These trolling and jamming attempts don't seem to affect the buzzer at all, and certainly don't overpower its huge signal. Take a listen. The 20th of October saw the buzzer trolled again by a music player. The music didn't overpower the signal, but both were strong and clearly audible over here in the UK. Slightly further up the band on 4675 kHz, the home of a secondary Russian channel marker that seems to change between a pip-type signal and a second buzzer, was another musical piece. This occurred on the evening of October the 11th. No channel marker was audible and the music was quite weak here at my station. The evening of October the 24th saw plenty of action back on the buzzers channel, of which I managed to capture some waterfall recordings from the Dutch SDR. First I caught the buzzer transmitting as normal. There was some sort of Morse ident in the background which we'll come to soon. People were trying to draw images in the waterfall, but not successfully. Then the buzzing stopped and was replaced by what appeared to be some sort of STANAG type signal. STANAG is a NATO HF radio technical standard for text-based radio broadcasts. The buzzing then resumed with a Morse ident shortly after. I thought the STANAG was being transmitted over the buzzer, but when some of the transmissions ended, the buzzing didn't resume for a while. It could be that whoever sends the buzzer was sending the STANAG, or the buzzer was switched off while the STANAG transmission was taking place. Later on, someone appeared to be sending letters on the buzzer's transmissions. I couldn't work out what these meant or if there was any significance. the buzzer was also interspersed with some other digital sort of tone later on. This back and forth between buzzing, stanag and the digital tone continued for an hour or so, but what interested me was the Morse code sequence, which I managed to translate. But while some of the characters are numbers, others don't appear to mean anything. I'm no expert in Morse code, so any help would be appreciated. By 10:30 PM, the buzzer was back to normal. I haven't heard stanag, the other digital mode, or Morse code on the buzzer's frequency before, and these transmissions appear to be emanating from the source of the buzzer itself, which is really interesting. And finally, October the 11th saw some action on the Russia-Ukraine propaganda channels, which I've covered before. I'll link the video below. I couldn't get a translation for this, but somebody informed me that it contains bad language, so I'm sorry if it offends anyone. This isn't the intention. It's purely an insight into what's going on in the world of shortwave. Because I don't know what's being said other than the word Putin quite clearly, I'll just play some short snippets.
Хуй сосать, Москва, Путин, патриоты. Хуй сосать, Путин, патриоты. Хуй сосать, патриоты. Хуй сосать тех, кто на 7050, 55. Россия это та страна.
The audio being sent was clearly pre-recorded, which is clear in this recording. I hope you enjoyed this insight into October's shortwave oddities, and if you'd like to support the channel, then why not consider hitting the join button. Either way, keep your ear close to the shortwave dial, and I'll catch you in the next one.